What's going on, people? This is Tashira Say for Computer Music Academy, and welcome to Better Music. This is a series of tips, tricks, and tutorials designed to help you make better music. In this video, we're going to discuss good practices. In every profession, it's essential to adopt certain habits in order to be successful. What I'm going to show you today are things that I've established that actually make my creative process easier. One thing that I've found to be helpful is keeping your studio clean. If your workspace is cluttered, chances are your mind is going to be cluttered, and that doesn't help when you want to create. Clean and polish your gear and your workspace. Personally, nothing kills my inspiration more than dirty keys, pads, knobs, or faders. Organize your books, records, CDs, or anything else that you keep in the studio. Trust me, it's a mental thing. Be sure to keep headphones, microphones, cords, stands, hand percussion, and any other tools within reach. The more time you have to spend looking for these items, the less likely you'll keep your inspiration. The next one is going to sound a little silly, but it's very important. Use air freshener or incense. If everything about your studio is pleasant, you have a much better chance of being creative. And always, make sure you have sufficient lighting. It doesn't have to be daylight bright, but some light in your studio will ensure that your brain stays active. Up next, minimize your distractions. The less you have, the more you can get done. Some of these are going to be very controversial. Possibly the biggest distraction we have today is the internet. When you're working, disconnect from it, even if you have to physically shut off your modem. Another big distraction is your phone. Constantly looking at it for text messages, emails, or phone calls is not going to help you. Fortunately, many phones have a do not disturb mode and an emergency list of contacts. If anyone on that list calls, they can actually get through to you. Use this to your advantage, not your detriment. Keep other people away from you when you're working, unless you're collaborating with someone. If they're not adding to your work, they're probably taking you away from it. The next one should be automatic, but it needs to be said. No TV, radio, or any other media while you're working. The only exception to this is if you're using it for your project. And possibly the most controversial, no recreational activities. My personal opinion is, if you need to smoke or drink before or during the session, you're not focused. This next list is the shortest, but the most important. Be a professional. If you establish these habits on your own, they'll carry over to when you're dealing with other people. Work on a schedule. Set a specific time and amount of hours you're going to work, then begin and end on time. Create and maintain a to-do list. Knowing exactly what your goals are and crossing them off as they're completed will keep you focused and efficient. The purpose of your to-do list is to complete your work. If you get in the habit of finishing everything you start, not only will you have a sense of accomplishment, you'll build your credibility with other people. Here's some other practices. Save and save often. Once I have the main idea, I save the entire project, save any external elements to that project, then continue to save every few minutes. Some recording programs have an autosave feature, but I believe you should establish the habit on your own. That way you never have to question if you have the latest version of your project. Be open-minded. Try to avoid strict formulas when you're creating music. Some of the greatest occurrences in music have come about by experimenting or by accident. Keep your session stress-free. It's only music. This goes hand in hand with your ideas and inspiration flowing freely. When you do find yourself getting stressed, that's when you should take a break. Use this time to get out of the studio and clear your mind. When you come back, you should be able to nail that take perfectly. And finally, in the pursuit of finishing everything you start, be willing to go into overtime. If a few extra minutes guarantees that this project is complete and it's one of your greatest works, why walk away from it? Do whatever it takes to get it done. And that's it for this video. Once again, these are my own views and practices. You don't have to follow them, but many successful musicians live by these, so you should at least consider them. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please like and share it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and for more on this and other subjects, visit computermusicacademy.com. See you next time.